We reported earlier on the violence at Northeast Middle School. It's the most recent incident of violence at a local school. The big questions tonight are, how do we move forward? And what do we do to prevent something like this from happening again? KSHB 41 News reporter Jian Kim spoke with the Child Protection Center and the Director of Mental Health Services at Olathe Public Schools. Jian, they shared some advice on how we can strengthen violence prevention and mental health education in our youth. What did you learn today?
Well, Dia, after speaking with the experts, we now know that youth violence is a growing issue in all of our communities here in the metro. Their concern is that if left untreated, this is going to have a direct impact on their mental health as well as brain development in the long run. So to prevent future violence, the Child Protection Center is getting ahead and taking a look at some of the root causes.
I think truthfully, a lot of it is access to screens and technology.
Randy Spurl with the Child Protection Center is concerned that it's become increasingly difficult for teens to differentiate between fantasy fiction and real life.
And I think sometimes that carries over. And then I also think our communities feel like they're becoming more violent.
Spurl says that reality was made even worse by the pandemic. Families living in close quarters, building up tension. And when they reached out for help,
there's a real mental health provider shortage as compared to the need.
Which is why Spurl is emphasizing the importance of parents emulating healthy behaviors and conversations starting in the home. Spurl also suggests school districts to equip their students through education.
Starting some conflict resolution, some formalized conflict resolution education for kids could be really beneficial. I think that does take some kind of state level coordination to make sure that kids are accessing similar resources and similar lessons.
I also sat down with Angie Saliba, the Director of Social Emotional Learning and Mental Health Services at Olathe Public Schools.
The biggest challenge is the range of reactions and being able to meet each student's need.
I asked her what was effective for their mental health services in the days following the shooting at Olathe East.
The most important thing is to make sure students know that they are cared for, that they are loved, that school is still a safe place, and restoring that sense of safety and that sense of normalcy that students are really craving.
Guided roundtable discussions, presence of counselors in the classrooms, and of course, therapy dogs. And as for how we prevent future tragedies, Saliva believes it starts with fostering more and better relationships.
It's harder to bestow violence upon people that you have relationships with, and also make sure people know where support can be reached and how to help somebody who is in distress.
Now, Saliba also says a good way to talk to students about tragedy is to first ask them how they feel. So often we talk to people about their thoughts and their actions, but it's really through the process of talking about your feelings that you learn how to process and heal. Jian Kim, KSHB 41 News.